Good morning. It is Monday, September 20th, and we're getting ready to start math lesson 2.6. And the topic of today's math lesson is how do you write three two-digit numbers? So we're going to practice writing the number names today. Now, in order to be able to do that, you are going to need to have this sheet with you, and I am sending it with your packet. That way you will know how to spell and how to read the words. So let's get ready. And on this first page, you just simply need to fill in the missing numbers on this piece of 100 number chart. And down below, you will see that these numbers are also written in words that are missing up at the top. Just for practice for you, I'll go ahead and read these words. Here is the word 41, the word 92, the word 14, the number 11, 35, 46, 53, 29, and 52. Now, as I read some of those numbers, I realized not all of them are missing up at the top, but some of them are. The numbers that you fill in up here, like for example, this will be the number 11, then come down here at the bottom, find the number 11 and circle it. And that's how you do page 105. And remember, keep this paper that I'm sending home with you close by. Let's look at page 106. On page 106 at Model and Draw, it shows us how that we can use words to write three-digit numbers. And the first thing we have to do is look at that hundreds number. For example, up here, the number in the hundreds column is a 2. So to write that, we would write 200. Then we have our tens and our ones. And we would say this number as 45. And this is how we would write it, 45. Same thing up here. I would find on this number, 713, that 7 is in the hundreds. So to write that, I start there and I would write 700. Then I have this 13 and I would write the word 13. So let's look now at number 1. And they've done this one for us. The number was 506. And here's how we write it. 500 and then 6. Our next number is the number 189. So when I go to write that, I would write 100, and then I would write 89, just like that. Let me move that up here so we can see it. And that's how I would write 189. I would first start with 100 and then write 89. Now for number 3, I would have the number 328. And I know that I'm going to start with my hundreds, and I have 3 hundreds. So I would write 3 and then the word 100. And then I look at the rest of it, 28. So then 20-8. And that's how I would write that number. Now down at the bottom of this page, and you can pause the video, by the way, so as you finish writing, and then you can start it up again when you're ready to move on. Let's now look at the second section, number 4, 5, 6, and 7. For the number 4, I have to now read the number before I write it. I see 400, okay, so I know that I'm going to write the 4 for the hundreds column, so I'll write that there. And then I read the next word, 15. That's the number 15. So then after the 4, I'm going to put 1, 5. And this is the way that I write 415. Now if I move over to number 5, I have 200 So I'm going to write that first. There's my 2 for the 200. And then 91. Oh, I know how to make 91. It's a 9 and then a 1. 291. Let's look at number 6. For number 6, I have to read my words. 603. Okay, so I'll start with 6 for 100. And then I have 3. That doesn't quite look right. That looks like the number 63. And I'm supposed to write 603. Oh, you know what's missing? We don't have any tens. So I have to put my 0 there for the tens. Now I look at my number, 603. Yep, that works. Now let's look at number 7. Number 7, our word is 847. Okay, well, I will write my 8 for 800. And then 47. Well, that is a 4 and a 7. So this lesson may be a challenge if you don't know your number words. That's why I want you to have this paper. I'm going to say it again. Have this paper with you to help you complete this lesson. Let's look at some of the other parts of this assignment that you have to do. Let's look at 107. Now at the top of page 107, you have 2 number words that you have to write the numbers for. And then number 10 and 11, you have to write in words 568 and 321. And I'm going to let you do that on your own. Let's look, though, at number 12 together, and I will read this problem. My 3-digit number has a 4 in the hundreds place. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to write some notes on that one. It says I have a 4 in the hundreds. I'm going to get my HTO chart here. And I'm going to put a 4 for the hundreds. It has a greater digit in the tens than in the ones. That means the tens number is bigger than the ones. And the sum of the digits is 6. So these two numbers added together equal 6. And this number is bigger than that number. All right, well, let's think. I know that 5 plus 1 equals 6, and that's what the tens and ones added together equals 6. So my number could be 451. Now that's not the only answer that it could be, but that's the answer that I'm choosing. It could also be 442, and that could also be the answer. So what is my number? Well, I would write that there. And now I have to write this number using words. Okay, so I will write it 400. There's 400, and then 51. There's 451. So that's how I would do that problem. This is a good time to pause the video so you can finish completing that answer. Now let's look at number 13. Now on this one, you can listen to my description. You could also, on a phone, click on the QR code and it'll give you a video to help you solve this problem as well. But I'll go ahead and solve it with you. Alma counts 268 leaves, which is another way to write this number. Circle your answer. Well, I'm going to take some notes here. Okay, so she has 200. So I know in my HTO chart, there's 2 for 100. And then it says 68. Okay, well, 60 means a 6, and an 8, well, that means an 8. So there's my number, 268. Now let's see if we can figure out another way that I can write it. Is this another way to write 268? No, that would actually be the number 16 because 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 8, 16. Let's look at our second option. 200 plus 60 plus 8. Is that another way to write 268? Absolutely, because this number, 268, that is that number in expanded form. So I would circle the second option. All right, let's look at number 14. Derek counts 190 cars, which is another way to write this number. And again, this lesson is testing you on how well you know how to read your number words. 100. All right, so I'm looking at my choices. Those are both 100. That is not. So I know that that is not the right answer. So now I've narrowed it down to 2. Let's go back up to the problem. 90. That would be 90. Let's see, 119. Nope, it's not that number. 190. Yep, this is the number we need to circle. 190. I'm going to do one more problem with you, and then the rest of the math will be completed independently. Let's look at number 15. Beth counted 356 straws. So I'm going to do my HTO like I've been doing all chapter 2. And let's record 300. Okay, so that means I have 300s. This is the word 50. All right, there's 50. So that's 5, 6. Now I have to find which of these choices over here means 356. Is it this first one? I hope you're saying no, because that just means 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 plus 6 is 14. Is it this one, 300 plus 50 plus 60? Is that the expanded form? I hope you're saying no. So, by the way, mark those 2 out. Hopefully this is the expanded form. 300 plus 50 plus 6. Yes, that is the expanded form of 356. So I would circle that answer. Now for the rest of math today, you need to do number 16 independently. And then you have, of course, the workbook, the homework pages that we always have, which is front and back. And then there's a little quick quiz. And on the quick quiz, you may use this number chart to help you. Remember, it's going to show you how to spell the words and also what they look like. Good luck with math. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. Good luck.